tutorial is going to be on this makeup look. I used the one and only Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. I finally got my hands on one of these and I'm so excited. It is just beautiful. So I was really excited to try this out, and I just wanted to show you guys one of the looks that you can do with it. You can really do any look with this palette. There's such a wide range of colors for you to use. And I used more of the neutral colors in this instead of the more fun colors. But if you do want me to do another tutorial using the more fun colors, I can do that. Just let me know down in the comments. So yeah, if you guys like this video, then please subscribe and give it a thumbs up. And if you want to know how to get this look, then just keep watching. First, I'm starting off by priming my eyelids with the Soft Ochre Paint Pot by MAC just to cancel out any redness or discoloration that I have. And then I'm setting that with a matte powder just to make blending easier, and any matte powder will work for this. Then I'm taking Summer Yum on a Sigma E38 blending brush, and I'm just putting that in my transition area. So just starting in the outer corner and then doing windshield wiper motions into the inner corner and just buffing that out so it looks nice and smoked out. Then I'm taking Cobbler on a Morphe M507 brush, which is just a mini crease brush, and just putting that in my crease, doing circular motions and working that product upwards so that it's just blending into that transition color. Then I'm just blending that out with a fluffy blending brush. Now I'm picking up Luscious and using a MAC 242 brush. I'm just packing that color all over my lid and then using the tip of this brush to really straighten out that line in my crease to make it look more round. And then I'm taking that same crease color and just buffing that into my crease in my outer corner just to make it a little bit darker. For my eyebrows, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz in the shade Medium Brown. Now moving on to the face, I'm using the Pore Minimizing Primer from Smashbox and just putting that in 4 dots around my face and then working that in with my fingers. Then using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Liquid Foundation, just dotting that all over my face, and then I'm blending that in with a damp beauty blender. You always want to make sure that your beauty blender is damp when you're blending this in, because that's going to give you the most natural and airbrushed looking finish. Now for concealer, I'm using the Naked Skin Concealer by Urban Decay. I'm just putting that in little triangles underneath my eyes, my forehead, down the bridge of my nose, cupid's bow, and my chin, and again just blending that out with a damp beauty blender. Now I'm using this concealer stick by Cover FX and just carving out my cheekbones with this and my forehead, and it's okay if it looks a little bit sloppy because when you blend it all out, you're not going to be able to tell. So I'm just blending that out with a damp beauty blender again, and then blending my cheekbones out with a Morphe E45 brush. I'm just working that product upwards to make my cheekbones look a little bit more lifted. And you really just want to take your time doing this. Now I'm using this MAC Prep and Prime highlighting pen, and this is the lightest shade that they have. I believe it's Light Boost. And I'm just putting that in little strokes underneath my eyes and bringing that up towards my temples. And then putting that on my cupid's bow, my chin, bridge of my nose, over my brows to make them look more arched, under that contour just to make it look more sharp. And then I'm blending all that together with a damp beauty blender. Then to set all that concealer, I'm using the Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder. Just putting that into the lid and then dipping my damp beauty blender into it and then pressing that anywhere that I put concealer or highlighter. I'm just going to be letting that sit on my face for a couple minutes and let that bake. For my eyeliner, I'm using the Sephora Liquid Eyeliner in the shade Black. Then I'm just dusting all that excess powder off that didn't soak into my concealer, and any fluffy brush will work for this. Now I'm taking Summer Yum and I'm using a small definer brush. I'm just packing that into my lower lash line. And then just buffing that out with a mini blending brush. Now I'm taking this NYX white eyeliner pencil and I'm just lining my waterline with it to make my eyes look bigger. Then for my eyelashes, I'm taking these clean color lashes, the number 505, and I'm just going to skip past this because it takes too long. Then for bronzer, I'm using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Bronzer. I'm just going to be putting this in the hollows of my cheeks, my forehead, and my temples. I'm just putting this anywhere that I put that contour stick just to set it to ensure that it's not going to move all day. I'm taking the Sephora Duo Blush and a Morphe M104 and just lightly dusting that over the apples of my cheeks. And then for highlighter, I'm using Soft and Gentle by MAC and an Anastasia A23 brush, just dusting that over my cheekbones. And then with a Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Contour brush, I'm just putting that on my Cupid's bow, my nose, underneath the arches of my brow, and my tear ducts. And then for my lips, I'm using Kat Von D's liquid lipstick in the shade Bow and Arrow. And then that completes this look. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And all the brushes and products that I use are going to be listed down below in the description box, so don't forget to check that out. Thanks for watching.